Generally, when it comes to fiction where a religious entity is the villain of the story, said religion as a whole is usually portrayed in a rather antagonistic way. That is one of the things about Orb on the Movement of the Earth that actually impressed me. It easily could have been far more antagonistic in the introduction to the series than it was, but it chose not to. But before I delve any further into that aspect, Orb is the story of compounding efforts to study and prove heliocentrism. If for some reason you don't know what the heck that means, it's the idea that the Earth revolves around the sun. And while that might be common knowledge now, it wasn't 1,000 years ago, especially when the only observation that could be made was that the heavens above moved. So this story is about the efforts of many individuals, all carving out steps in the scientific understanding of the universe, each contributing something to the accumulation of data and observations that would eventually lead to the proof of heliocentrism as the dominant view of the universe. Now, historical dramas aren't on the main street in regards to my interests. I usually don't touch them unless there's a good recommendation or it's particularly outstanding. And this one was a recommendation, in spite of my hesitancy towards certain themes and how it could quickly turn into something akin to what I usually expect out of anything with the church at the center of it. This one actually did a good job of capturing many aspects of the era. Hubert's study of the heavens being driven by his belief in the beauty of God's creation, as he put it, was a nice touch. The more sinister aspects of the Inquisition that, while I've heard can be a bit overstated in certain cases, did capture the kind of authoritarian side of the dogmatic religious institutions at the time. Character designs, artwork, the overall production have been very good with this one. The characters of Rafal, Hubert, and Novak have all been very convincing. Hubert acts as the initial catalyst for the series, the one who starts the rolling of the ball, and his passing of the torch to Rafal helps set up the stakes, as the cost of this heretical research is very high. Rafal then comes in as someone who initially seems scheming and manipulative, someone who's trying to game life and live the easy life, but is quickly proven to be driven heavily by curiosity and a desire to understand. This ultimately leads him to the first and final real conviction he has in his life. And while you may think he is the main character, he's not. And as an antagonist, Novak was used very well. A cunning, ruthless inquisitor whose only purpose in life is to make sure that his daughter can live a nice life. To that end, he will carry out any of the Inquisition's dirty business and their orders to purge heretics. All in all, it comes together very nicely, and it's a very good story about scientific research in an age where the topic might not be very well accepted. I think it does a good job of accurately portraying just how groundbreaking and revolutionary the idea of heliocentrism was. I mean, it went against the common sense of the day, challenged notions backed by simple observation, and was opposed by a very powerful institution. This one was genuinely fun to watch with how well put together it was and how compelling the narrative has been in those first 3 episodes. And I'm looking forward to more.